everyone, welcome to another look back at my favorites from way back when. This time we're going 4 years back to April 2012, taking a look at my monthly favorites from then and seeing if they are still around today. So I'm going to jump in and start with Sigma brushes. I was a fan of the F80, the E25, and two Ps, P80 and P82. Starting with the F80, which is a flat top kabuki brush. I still have it. I still occasionally use it when my favorites are dirty, but the one that I prefer is this guy, and I've talked about this set. It's part of a set. I'm not sure that you can buy it individually, but this is the Coastal Scents pearl handled set, and I believe the whole set is around $20, might be less, and I think there are 14 or 16 brushes in a little carrying case, so it's a great deal, but I just like this better. I don't know why. It's a little less dense, so it doesn't soak up as much product. That means that there's more product left on your face and not soaked up into the brush. I talked about the E25, which is the Sigma version of the MAC 217. I have since bought several MAC 217s. I use those interchangeably, and here is the E25. You can see I used it today. It's quite loved and dirty. I think they're great brushes. I've had no issues with shedding. They clean up real nicely, and I will continue to purchase more from Sigma. And I also talked about the P80 and the P82, which I've put away because I never reach for them anymore. Those are basically like tiny little kabuki brushes for concealer, and what I reach for now, it's actually both of these together. It's the it's one of the IT brushes. I don't know what it's called. Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection. One side is the foundation brush, which I do love, but I really like this little brush on the end. Can you see it? Let's go over here. And it's like a little, not quite as dense. Again, I like that it's less dense, a little more fluffy. Spreads the product out a little bit better. So that's what I reach for instead of those particular Sigma brushes. Next on my list was the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, what was it called? Protector Finishing Powder. Wow, that was a mouthful. That is long gone. Lately I've been reaching for the past year or so, and I forgot to bring it. It's the IT Cosmetics Press Powder, but I just got this in the mail yesterday and I wanted to show it to you. It's from Soap&Glory, which might have the cutest PR I have ever seen. It really reminds me of old school Benefit when they made the really cool catalogs, and they just did such a, I think, a really good job of reaching out to the consumers. Well, Soap&Glory seems to have taken up the banner, and I got this one. It's called One Heck of a Blot. I used it this morning when I did my makeup. It's super translucent mattifying powder. Now, I have dry skin, and so I've always been a little afraid to use mattifying powder, but this went on so smoothly. It's right there. So smoothly and so light. It glided across the face. It's so creamy smooth on the skin. It only comes in one shade. I really like it. So I'll report back, but not using the Maybelline Press Powder. Have been using IT Cosmetics, and we'll see how this guy holds up because I really like it a lot. Then in 2012, I talked about a favorite concealer. At the time was the Physicians Formula Natural Concealer, which was in a tube. It was really thick and goopy. I didn't bring it with me, but y'all know my favorite concealer that I go to over and over again is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. I've talked about it in recent videos. I just ordered more in a lighter shade for under my eyes. That's the concealer that I reached for. It's more expensive than Physicians Formula, but it lasts and it's easier to work with as far as I'm concerned. Then we talked about the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, particularly the shade Ice Latte. Whoop, there you go. And where is the other one? The shade Amber Rush, which is right here. And there they go. And I'm wearing both of those on my eyes today. I have since added to my collection, and another one that I really, really like that's in my outer corner is the bronzed taupe shade here. Hard to, there we go. And I just have a ton of them. I think they're great shadows. They are so pigmented, so creamy soft. They almost feel like a cream shadow, but they're not. They're powder. I think L'Oreal Infallible shadows are amazing, and the whole line is incredible. I need more. I need more. Then we talked about Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in Damsel. It came with one of the palettes. I think it was the In the Light palette. I loved, loved, loved that eyeliner. And I thought that was the best eyeliner I had ever tried until surprise, I'm going to talk about these guys again. The Lancome Drama Liquid Pencils. I love these. I've been testing a couple other brands lately. They end up smearing. I've been using the Marc Jacobs pencil. At the end of the day, I get black smudge underneath my eyes. These guys, you put them on, they don't budge. They're worth every penny. I until I find something better, I'm just gonna keep recommending these because these are fabulous. Then I talked about Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm. It's still my favorite lip balm for summer because it has SPF built into it. I currently do not have one. I've ordered one in the Sephora sale. Very excited to get a new one. I needed a new one, not because I used mine up. Well, that one I'd used up that I talked about in April 2012, but this newest one I had to replace because Wrigley ate it. But I have been using the Erin Rose Lip Conditioner for when I don't need the SPF as well. And I have that on underneath my lipstick today, kind of sheared out the lipstick. Love this brand. It's a very luxurious product for such a basic thing as lip balm. It smells of roses. It's lovely, and it's not like a chemical rose scent. It really smells pretty. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, I printed out my description box from April 2012. Then I talked about NYX lipstick in Sky Pink. Now, it's a pretty color. It was a very kind of candy blue tone pink. NYX lipsticks back then were pretty, but they stayed on for about 15 minutes and then disappeared. Since I have been wearing Fab Pop by Clinique, and it's a very similar shade and a similar sheen, and it stays on for like a good 5-6 hours. So, and it's a lot more pigmented. The NYX one went on a little sheer. So I'm gonna now have this on for the whole video, but I love this color. I'm wearing it here, but it's sheared out over lip balm, so it's a little bit different. Another favorite from back then was the YSL Glossy Stains. I had picked up a few in the very, very neutral, very pastel colors. And this is kind of an exciting one. This is the Rose Vinyl number 15. And this was a big deal for me because this was kind of the first brighter shade lipstick that I've ever, lip product that I ever wore. Look at how, it's over here. Look how bright that is. No, that's the other one. There it is. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so bright. It looks really bright on the back of my hand, but when it's worn over your lips that are already pigmented, you have to build up a couple layers. But I'm so glad I'm looking back at my favorites because for summer where I live, certain lipsticks, like my Butter London Lippies that I love, if I put those in my purse in the summer, they melt. So I need a lipstick that's not gonna melt in 100-degree heat. And when it's a liquid lipstick, these are the original liquid lipsticks. They're not matte. They retain a gloss to them as they dry on your lips. These are by far, I prefer these 100 times over any liquid lipstick I've ever tried. And I probably will add a few more to my collection because these, you know, this was the gold standard and I don't think they've improved on this in years since. So I'm glad I still have this collection. Great for summer. Okay, we're almost done. Spa Ritual Nail Polish in Reveal Yourself. Ta-da! I still have it. I kind of forgot that I had it. I was looking for that bluey, milky pink, kind of like Essie Fiji, but I wanted more pink and less white. And it's a beautiful color. And if you're into that whole, you know, less chemicals in your nail polish, this is a great color. But I have a couple other options that are a little easier to get your hands on. Finally picked up OPI's Mod About You, which is a very, very similar shade. And then another favorite of mine is, let me shake it up, French Affair by Essie. Again, very similar there. There we go, there's your camera. So very similar colors. I think I'm gonna take this off and switch out to, might be the Essie. I don't know, doesn't really matter, but I think I'm gonna go for the Essie one. Mod About You is a little harder to work with. It'll streak if you're not being careful. All right, just a few things left. This has been a perennial favorite and I still have the conditioner lurking around. It was the Giovanni Brazilian, what was it called? Giovanni Too Chic Brazilian Keratin and Argan Oil Shampoo and Conditioner. I used it for years and years and years and I just got bored. I tried the some Aveda shampoos. They're great. Then I got sent these, and I used to use a lot of L'Oreal shampoo if you've been watching me for a while. This is their Extraordinary Oil collection, and I've been using this for about a month, and I'm really pleased with these. So, you know, I can't say, I just have good luck with hair products. I've never really used a shampoo or conditioner that I've just hated, but this has made my hair look nice and sleek and not look greasy. I can get away with like 3 days, 4 days in between washing, so. And I can get it at my grocery store, which I have to admit I like. But I've been using that and using up the Aveda at the same time, and I like it a lot. But I still do have a bottle of the Giovanni conditioner under my sink as backup. Then one of my favorite body moisturizers was the Body Shop Satsuma scented body lotion, body butter, and it was great. But what I didn't like about it is you really couldn't wear any perfume with that because it was such a strong scent. And then I love Soap&Glory. I got the Righteous Butter from them. And what's really cool about this particular one, it's a PR sample. Can you see that? Is that in focus? It has my name on it. That is so cool. And this is very similar. You can see it's well loved, but it's a pleasant, fresh scent. And it's not really gonna clash with my body lotion or perfume. This is my body lotion. It's not going to clash with my perfume that I want to put on after this. But if I don't want to put on perfume, it does leave me scented very fresh and clean and lovely. And I love, love, love this. And I will buy this again and just decant it into this because it has my name on it. All right, we are almost done. We're done with all the makeup products. Now I had two more favorites that were in my list of April 2012 favorites. And the first thing was the Walmart brand of sparkling water. I still love sparkling water, but now I just get the brand I have from H-E-B. This flavor is, I think it's sparkling peach. My particular favorites are peach and strawberry. Had a little brain freeze there. But Walmart, the Walmart brand, still makes my favorite for adult beverages. Kids can drink it too. It's a pineapple coconut. It's definitely got a coconut flavor in it. It's something coconut. And you can just drink it by itself. But if you add a little bit of rum, you have a much lighter in calorie pina colada. So just putting it out there, it's getting warmer out. You might be ready to sip some pina coladas on the patio. And then speaking of alcoholic beverages, another thing I recommended was a wine. And it's really hard to get, I think, outside of Texas. But Sister Creek is the winery. They're in the Hill Country, just north of me in Texas. I actually visited the winery. And they make a very sweet wine. So if you don't like sweet wine, you're gonna hate this. But if you like wine that tastes like grape juice, you're gonna love it. It's called their Muscat Cannelli. It's a limited run, so once they sell out, they are out. If you can get your hands on it, grab as many bottles as you can, leave them in your refrigerator, and you'll thank me when you're sitting poolside in the hot sun, sipping that Muscat Cannelli. It's amazing. It's a Moscato, basically, but it's a Texas brand. So good. So those are my favorites from April 2012. Most of them are still around in April 2016, which is kind of good news. I'm glad that I picked stuff that, for the most part, stood the test of time. As always, please encourage other YouTubers that you watch to try doing this as well. It's always fun to watch if you make them yourself. Please let me know and send me a link. I'd love to watch your version. If you have any comments, questions, or just want to say hey, please do that in the comments below. As always, everything's listed in this description box. One last reminder, please don't forget to subscribe. I know that I have a lot of you that watch who've never bothered to subscribe. Go ahead and do that. It's free, and then you won't miss a single video. Thank you so much for watching, and speaking of videos, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. It is the first of 2 Sephora sales every calendar year. They have one in April and then kind of like 2 more, 1.5 more in the fall. But this one's big and